Hello everyone and welcome to another video. On today's review is, you already saw the title, why do I do this? Earthrise Wheeljack. But as always, let's get into his box. I'm gonna eat him. And as we take a look at the box, we get the same Earthrise box as always, besides the Cliffjumper art. He's still the same class as a Wheeljack, but he just has a little bit more accessories. You can see all the product shots coming this way, artwork, and window again. Let's get into the figure. I'm having a seizure. Now getting a little bit more serious, you can see the sculpting. As always, let's talk first about the sculpting. I'm a fucking moron. As a Wheeljack, not much of the mechanical detail. They kind of hold back a little bit on there, probably because these are Earth vehicles. Not much on the feet. Look at that. The sculpting on at least on the car feet are very, very well. You can clearly see it's like out of a muscle car. Just pure black on the legs. Hands well sculpted. Arms are well sculpted. Let's look at the head sculpt. As you see, very, very good head sculpt for this type of Cliffjumper. He looks really good, and I can't wait for Bumblebee to come on. I hope he looks like this. I like the proportions and everything too. Now turning him on the sides, the sculpting is very well. I like the arms. A bit of a thing that we'll get into later. Oh shit. Turning him around, back is very well done. A little bit big, but I like it because it kind of completes, kind of like fits in because he's a little chubby boy. And same on this side. Wheeljack comes with this massive fucking cannon, I have to say. As you can see, it's 3 parts. This part, and this end part. Cliffjumper did have something like this in the G1. I think the first episode. Yeah, he used this. He tried to shoot Megatron with it, and it's done very well. It's as big as him, so putting it in his hand does look goofy, and it's kind of hard posing him with it. I like to take this off and just have it like that. Sometimes it's a goof. It just looks weird. Let's take a look at the individual pieces. This part over here comes off, as all of them do, but this one opens. Open for me. It opens for some reason. It opens so it can go on another motor on the box, shown on the box. The second part is a gun, same as the first one, but it has a hole instead of a peg. This one, I'm gonna take these off. Too much work. There's another one. I like to have him use these just as pistols sometimes, like he's dual wielding. I think that fits in a lot better because he's the hothead of the group, the one that rushes in. I think I like that. And as for paint, this guy has very little paint for an Earthrise. A lot of the Earthrise have a lot of paint, like Hoist. My last video, Wheeljack, he had a lot of paint. Mostly paint is on his face. Those really bright blue eyes are open very well. I really like that, how it shows. The black here on the front of the car, on his feet. The silver here, turning around. Black on the back window shield. On the bumper in the back, you got some silver paint and black, and that's about it for paint. Hey, not much paint, not a lot of paint to scratch, I mean. For being such a small guy, his joints on him are pretty well, but this is not so good. I haven't been having problems with this. It's just like, this doesn't lock in or anywhere. It's part of the transformation, so if anyone knows how to fix this, or this is just default on everyone, I think it's default for everyone. It's not that bad. It's a little bit of swing is not that bad, but I just wish it was a little bit tighter. But it's for the transformation. All of the rest of the joints are above his body, and below here, his waist, are all super well. See, you can hang off his arm like that. It means it's tight. And as for articulation, he has a, I think a ball joint, but it's very, very limited. From like all the crap around his head, 360 fully freedom with your arm, can go pretty much anywhere. Do have a bicep swivel. I do have a 90 degrees bend at the elbow, waist swivel. No, I'm sorry, wrist swivel. Do have a waist swivel. Going down to the legs. Legs go out that far and back that far. Actually, a little bit farther than the front, I think. Yeah. Do have a bend at the knee and no thigh swivel, but some massive fucking ankle pivot. Look at that, dude. Holy shit. That's a full-blown split. That's a full-blown split. So fully 90 degrees for an ankle pivot. Even more of a little bit 90 degrees. You can, oh, damn. So as for posing, I think you can get them a lot of poses with that ankle pivot. It's just being so strong. Boom, it's literally just your imagination. And because he's so small, it would be easy for him to balance himself. So yeah, Baba Boy. With that Baba Boy, now let's get into the transformation. Every time that I phone, he's the longest talker I've ever known. I've been trying not to. Yeah, this is a huge deal with this figure, and a lot of people have been talking about it. This is a big example of parts forming. The whole back of his figure is supposed to be a part of parts forming. It says this, you can use this as a shield, but I'll say that's bullshit. This is not a shield. This is clearly the back of the figure. The back of the car. I see where they're going. It seems like a lot of these guys, even about pictures, Ironhide, he has a huge thing of parts forming, and he has a huge thing of parts forming. It seems like that's how they're getting these figures to look like they do. Big parts forming. You're just saying, hey, this is a shield, and also in the Ironhide and also Ratchet, they're saying, oh, it's a shield. No, it's not. It's just a part of the vehicle. Even though I'll continue on the transformation. Line is busy every time that I phone. He's the longest talker I've ever known. I've been trying not to reach him all day. When I get him, I'll forget what to say. Line is busy every time that I. He's the longest talker I've ever known. I've been trying not to reach him all day. When I get him, I'll forget what to say. You could never understand it at all. Think I'm going to give up. Can't stand it anymore. Here is where Cliffjumper's car mode. It's a badass car, but I just have to say it. For how small it is, it's the matte red, the Autobots symbol, and the very lack of paint. Just damn, it puts it out there, man. If you transform this guy next to a lot of other vehicles, he does pop. I really like the translucent plastic here, which it comes out, and it comes out on the sides too. I wish they could have done this, but it probably made the back look weird. There is a port on here that you can attach the weapon to. and you can attach the weapon on top of his vehicle. That looks stupid. I don't want to do that. The paint coming off, you can see here the Autobot symbol, and what I said, the paint, very simple, looks like a modern version of his G1 character. Actually, let me get G1 Bumblebee to compare this guy to. And here's G1 Bumblebee. I'm just saying to compare him to G1 Bumblebee because G1 Bumblebee and G1 Cliffjumper were basically the same size and everything, but just Cliffjumper was more of a muscle car. You can see, not that bad of a comparison. He's just basically two Bumblebees. He hasn't got that big, and like extend Bumblebee's legs, he's almost the size of Cliffjumper. Because this part is, you gotta remember, this isn't Cliffjumper, this is Cliffjumper's back, and this to this is Cliffjumper. So, like I always say we don't have that. I don't have that much to say about the vehicle mode, but in this case, I do, because there's some secret mode or some specialized modes from the G1 show they put in here for, I guess, old people and me. Let me show it to you now.
And escaped into the universe, never to be heard from again until now.
But why?
That I cannot answer.
I can't believe it. One guy as powerful as all three of us put together?
What bugs me the most is not knowing what he's up to.
Not a very comforting thought to sleep on, is it, guys?
Note, I have established radar lock on the area directly above his ship. Thus we can monitor any movements while formulating further strategies.
Okay, are we ready? Okay, one.
As you can see, he kind of turned into a, I guess, more just like water or ski mode, and this gun isn't attaching very well to this peg. Fuck me. This is why I really don't put him in this mode. It's just a bit of a pain. A lot of stuff doesn't clip in well. Come on. There we go. Be a little bit careful with it. And it's, I gotta say, oh shit, this is pretty fucking cool. I got this. It's a Pacific mode of a Pacific episode, G1, where the Autobots need to cross a pass of water, and Wheeljack has this water mode. I guess they only did this because they could. Because they could break up the gun into pieces. I guess that end part just became something of nothing, kind of. And this fell off again. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. There you go. I do like it. They tried something new, and this is literally for the fans. This is something. I'm guessing there's some old guy that watched G1 and was like, hey, let's do this because we just can. Yeah, let's move on to the size comparison now. Here is G1 Bumblebee. They actually look, they're not that different from each other. 30 years, more than 30 years later. NECA Godzilla versus Mothra. MP10 Prime. And my next review, Earthrise, Thunder Crackle, Skywarp. And my final thoughts is, hey, I can use without the parts forming, but because he was so small, I don't think they would do anything else because they wanted to do this specific design, the most 1 to 2 G1, so I get it. You can probably find this guy still in stores. I see a lot of them at Walgreens, Walmart, Targets. You can probably get him pretty easily on Mercury. You can probably get him cheap on Mercury if the seller's not selling him out of the box. If he doesn't have a box. yeah, so please subscribe, like, share my video or not. I don't give a shit. And yeah.
Now this is really a nicer sound.
Fucking drug shit. Yeah. Do the drug. Yeah. Yo. Straight from the depths of Queens. Leave you sleeping on the mezzanine. Like you Lincoln and switch it to a desert scene. Often heard, but this motherfucker seldom seen. I'm throwing blows while you waiting for the bell to ring. Drug smoking, razors make the pasta sweet. Slumped over when the barrel in your posture meet. Stay lean like some motherfucking ostrich meat. You full of shit, it's time to get a colonoscopy. Scissor kicks, dick suck from Miss Elizabeth. Lex Luger arms, 4 in the morning in the dark with the computer on.